Konnichiwa! Today, let's talk about 5 ESL games that you can play right at home. Learning starts at home. All moms are teachers. Number 1, flashcards. Flashcards get an ugly rep. I know, they're boring, nobody wants to look at flashcards, so let's jazz them up and make them fun for your kids. So, I have ABC flashcards. You know what I do with them? I give them to the kids, I let them throw them around the room, and then look for A, look for B. Make sure that you vary it up and use small letters as well as big letters. And then another thing I would like to note is to make sure that sometimes you start from the middle of the alphabet, like start from M or L. And that way you make sure that you reach Z before the end of their attention span. So don't always just start from A when you're singing the alphabet or talking about alphabet sounds. Olivia, here, Olivia. Through. Oh!
A, B. Where's that?
Where's B? Where is B? Find it.
Yes.
Oh, you found it? Let's see. A, B.
C.
What comes after F? G.
G.
Oh, Olivia found it. Good job,
Jason,
Olivia. And Jason.
I.
I. Go find I. Igloo. J. Jax. Small J. Where's big J? Big J. Next great flashcard game is to find some flashcards that have just the word on them, not a picture, and that way you know that they're actually reading the word and not just looking at the picture. So you can tape these on the wall and then have the child find a word that you shout out, or just have them pick up the ones that they read, and then they can keep those as a point. And of course, if he wants to verify that he's right, he can turn it around and see the picture. So that's always a lot of fun. Can you find fox? Fox. Yeah. Sure, is it right?
Yeah.
Turn it around. Okay, the next toy I got at Target. Looks like a little Elmo suitcase. Adorable. It has the letters in it, and what I do with the children is I just take a couple of the letters just randomly and I'll hide them around the house. And when I hide them, they'll just have to go find them. The catch is when you find it, you need to tell mom the letter sound and 3 words that start with that letter to get the point. Next letter is V. Vase. Vase. Yes, what is it?
B. Base.
R. Robot.
Robot.
Yeah, Our last flashcard game is really easy. We're just going to take a marker and a set of flashcards, and we're going to write verbs. You can Google the top 100 English verbs, and then move on to the top 200, all the way to 1,000. And what we're going to do is we're going to clarify verbs, because although you might think your child is fluent in a language or another language, sometimes they're not quite sure what you mean by call, you know? So if we make sure that we rehearse these verbs with them, we know that we're all on the same page when someone's talking about a specific word. So the words that I wrote, to raise, and then on the opposite side, I wrote some body parts, like raise your arm, raise your legs. What else can we raise? And just have a lot of fun with it. Win, lose. So that means we're going to get up, we're going to have a race. And we're going to say somebody wins, somebody loses. And we're going to keep practicing those words. And words like to give. And maybe we can find something around the house and he can give it to me. All right, let's try again. Find. This says find. Can we find the Alpha Man fire truck? Find. Where is it? Good job. It says to write.
To write.
Oh, you need to write on the paper. What do you need to write on the paper?
A, B, C, D, E, F.
What's next? Talk. Hello.
Hey, bye.
Bye. The flashcards that I'm using in this video come from Amazon. I just purchased them, early learning flashcards. There's 324 cards of all categories, alphabets, sight words, phonics, numbers. I wrote them a long time ago when Jason was a baby. Very optimistic of me, I know. But they are now coming in handy, and we're using them to learn our sight words and play all these fun games that I'm sharing with you today. Number 2, walk and talk. All right, so not only are we kind of getting our 10,000 steps, and I know most of us are trying to stay in shape or get in shape, so this helps you as well as baby. We're gonna take that stroller out, or if they're old enough, older kids, they can just walk with you, and we're gonna take a walk. Because when we're walking, we can actually listen to our children, and we can hear what they're saying, and we can see what errors are in their vocabulary. Sometimes, Jason might say something like, I gives it to her, and that's not right. So I can actually hear that he said that and correct it. I gave it to her. And we can just talk, and it's pleasant, and we're outside and we're getting some fresh air, and everybody's receptive to learning. It's not frustrating, it's just nice, it's cool. Maybe walk to the park, so by the time you finish your conversation, they can play out a little energy, you can walk back and have a good night. Jason, how's the weather? Is it rainy or is it sunny?
Sunny.
Yeah, it's so sunny.
Jump, 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 jump. Alligator.
An alligator?
I just made myself.
You made your gummy worm into an alligator?
Yes.
Wow,
like
that's
that.
so cool.
Like that.
Yeah. Number 3, read and act. My third choice for ESL games at home is reading and acting out the story with your child. So for some mothers that follow my page, I know that English is your second language as well. So maybe you don't know a word or something like that. It's fine. As long as you can read, you can teach. So as you're going through the story, like this one, it's called Tacky the Penguin. We're going to become that penguin. And when I read the story, I let Jason be Tacky, and I was the proper penguins. Then, as we go through the story, we do the actions. So the penguins marched. Maybe you guys don't know the word march. So now's a great time to learn it. So we say, oh, let's march around the room. So then you march around the house and you say, march, 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 march. And you just keep repeating it right out of the book. And then Tacky is a silly bird. He's gonna do a silly march. So you say, hey, can you do a silly march? Let's try. March, 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 ah. And you just have a lot of fun with it. And they are going to learn the word march. And then throughout the rest of the week, you can talk about march. You can look up a video on YouTube, and you can just keep using the same vocabulary as well as reading the story and acting it out again throughout the week. Jason, they hid behind this block of ice. Come hide behind your ice. We're gonna catch some penguins. Penguins are... How do they feel, Jason?
Good.
Scared. They're scared. Number 4, Pinterest and store-bought games. Okay, up until now, everything I've used can be made at home. I did have store-bought flashcards, but that was because I already had them. I could always just Google those things and write it on an index card or a piece of paper. So I don't really count that as a store-bought item because, like I said, if you don't buy it, you can still do that activity. Just make it yourself with paper. Okay, so in our store-bought items, I got this game. It's preschool first words learning game. You can make this game with popsicle sticks. Just take a popsicle stick and like a cup and write their sight words on the popsicle sticks and stick them in. And then you want to take one popsicle stick and make it like a bomb. In this game, they have a rotten apple. And if you get the rotten apple, you lose a point, or you lose all your points, depending on how you want to play. My kid's a sore loser, so we just lose 1 point. He would not put all those apples back, I promise. So it's not worth it. So we just lose 1 point when we pull it out. And he has a lot of fun reading his words, and he thinks it's the best game ever. I highly recommend. Another fine is this 3-letter word puzzle cards. So they get to do a puzzle, and then the puzzle spells out the word. So then you can practice reading the word and doing the puzzle. And it's 2-sided, so you have some motion words on the other side. This is sad. So I really like this one. You can get these at Walmart, teacher store. If you just Google teacher store near me, there's usually some, and of course, our all-time favorite, Amazon. So I did mention Pinterest. Pinterest ESL games, a lot of other mothers have wrote blogs about this, and Pinterest is just a good go-to when you're feeling creative and you want to do it, some make it yourself games at home. So I'm a Pinterest fanatic, love it, but these are some of my favorite ones that me and my kids do to learn English. Can you read that word? What does it say? See. Yes, I see mommy.
I see your head.
Can you read that word?
Ball.
Ball. Good job. Jason, can you do this puzzle?
Okay.
What is it? Can you read it?
Hat.
Hat. That's right. Turn it over. There's another puzzle on the back.
Ow.
Can you read it? We have to read it.
We have
Her.
hat.
Good. We sound out the letters. That's right. Good job. And number 5, video games. I don't know yet if this is considered the unpopular opinion, but I know with us new school moms, it is not. You really have to use what your kids are interested in. And a lot of these games, if you research them, have storylines. A really good one is Pokemon. Every other move is talking to someone, and there's a speech bubble that comes up. So I consider this our English time if we play it together and I read the words to him and we actually have a conversation about the game. And I'm not talking about your kid sitting alone just playing the game zoned out, but I mean like actual family time around the game. So Pokemon is a 2-player game, and some of the farm games are 2-player games, or even if it's not a 2-player game, just you being involved and watching and helping them. Talk about what they're doing. Talk about what's happening in the game. Oh, we're going to go down the path into the river. Then we're going to talk to the old man on the left. What did the old man give you? Oh, he gave you a present. What's in the present? Open it. Just have an actual conversation about it, and then you're accessing English time. They actually want to use their English with you because you're showing your interest into something that they want to do. And, it's easier to go with the tide than to fight and swim against the tide. So if they're in the video games, they're in that tablet you bought them, that iPad, a TV show, just sit down and actually connect with your child while they're watching it. Don't use it. I know. Sometimes I do. Of course, I'm human like every other person. Let them zone out to it and wash the dishes or work out or something. But for this particular time, we're going to sit down with our child and we're going to talk about the game. Okay, unfortunately, I couldn't get any footage of that because I was actively talking to him. It's kind of hard to screen the TV without using my husband's tech, and I didn't want to get into that today. So just imagine it with me, and I know that you can do it. All right, leave me a comment below Which one of these was your favorite tip? Which one are you going to try this week? Let me know. I love hearing from you. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button so you can get my videos next week, every Tuesday when they show up. And I'll see you next time. Johnny. Apple.
Apple.
Bear.
Bear.
Cat.
Cat.
Dog.
Dog.
Elephant.
Elephant.
Fox. Goat. Goat. Bah. Now we make a tower. I'm just gonna make a tower. Heart. Igloo. Jacks. Key. Lion. Mouse. Nest. Octopus. Uh-oh, let's check. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. Thank you. N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W.